Well, Emily, it's been a while since we've been behind microphones, and last time we were behind screens too.
Yeah, we were, I think, in deconfinement pandemic mode.
We were in pandemic mode when we had the Terroir podcast.
Yeah.
And what was that about?
I mean, we were talking all about the different French regions. We were diving deep into the histories of the different regional cuisines in France, and it was super fun.
It was fun.
It was really nerdy.
It was really nerdy and it was delightful though. I think it was really good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think we also, both of us, have a little bit more of a shit stirring vibe to us that didn't necessarily come through as much in that podcast.
Well, I think that since 2020 everyone's become saltier,
That's true.
you know?
I think we've both gotten even wiser and more interested in what we're talking about. I think we've both, and I think the world has changed.
The world has changed for
I
sure.
think honestly, like, we've changed a little bit. The world has changed a lot. I think the world has developed even more of a hunger for unveiled truths.
The Terroir podcast was a great project, and the word terroir is something that comes up a lot in our respective work. Terroir basically means earth. It's the idea that the place, the really unique specificities of the land and the place make a difference for the
Yeah.
quality of the product, which is all true. But it's also a word that's kind of funny in English, and it just doesn't really mean much to most people. So we were looking for a new name, and we found one. It is.
You came up with this, and
I came up with it.
loved it from the second you said it.
It just was a light bulb moment. It's so dumb, but it makes me really happy. And I hope that it achieves its goal, which is to make the viewer or the reader, probably, or the listener go, what the fuck is that? So, what are we, Emily?
We are the real Fishwives of Paris.
We're the real Fishwives of Paris. And obviously, this is a play on Real Housewives because that's a big cultural moment, which I have never watched because I've been here. I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not Bravo.
same. No.
But I'm like moderately aware of it. And then fishwives are, it's like a Shakespearean insult. Like a fishwife is a way for a man in the past to basically call a woman brash, loud, arrogant. It's vulgar. It's derogatory, right? And so I love the idea that we are loud, brash, arrogant women
Yeah.
unveiling truths.
Reclaiming that shit.
Reclaim it. We have also decided, so this is not about regions. It's not broad. We are much more specific.
Mm-hmm.
With this series, we are going to dive deeply into a thing, and that will vary, but always be related to French food or drink. One of the promises that we have and that we will keep is to present the truth, but also present an authenticity. We're not AI. We are not in some manufacturer studio. We're in my apartment where we host Lyon wine tastings. We're going to film in Paris. We're never going to be fake. And I think in this world, especially, you see so many people talking shit about stuff that they don't know about. We actually have the street cred to back up our claims. We have both been professionals in our respective industries for decades now because we're old.
We indeed old, but like good wine and cheese, we're getting better with
We're
age.
getting better. Tell me about your qualifications, because you are such an incredible wealth of knowledge. And I am not going to lie, this podcast is all about Emily's storytelling and script writing. I'm here for comic relief, right?
Look, we're both nerds, and I think that's how we became friends. Is that we
Absolutely.
both really like what we like, and we like to tell stories. We like to share it with other people. For me, I think when I first came to France, I really wanted to assimilate as much as possible. I was 19 years old. I kind of intuited from the outset that food was the way in, gastronomy.
Mm-hmm.
In France, I like to equate the obsession with food to the American obsession with sports. Even if you're not a big sports person in America, you have to have a team. Like, you have to say, like, at least, like, I don't know anything about sports, but I know that I have to be a Yankees fan.
I'm a Giants fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. And in France, that's the same thing with food. Even if you don't really care, you kind of care.
Well, you are expected to care. You know,
Right.
even like what's the story of, um, you know, presidents who are not interested in food but have to pretend to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Like, Sarkozy got lambasted because he cut the cheese course from the official French lunches because he was trying to save time and they called him too American. And the fact that Sarkozy and even Macron don't seem to drink much wine made them less, palatable to the French people than someone like Jacques Chirac, whose bon vivant thing might have been a bit of a put on, but was probably kind of also based on truth. But people liked Jacques Chirac because he was a man of the people who really liked good food. And Macron, to try and appeal to that, broke Jacques Chirac's record for how many hours he spent at the Salon de l'Agriculture, which is a huge farm trade show that we have every year in France. So food is really important here.
It is. It's such a crucial lens, I think, for understanding any culture.
Yeah.
I think they have a self-described affinity for it, but every culture is witnessable by their food.
It's true. But in France, especially, we have so many regional cuisines. We have so many regional specialties. I mean, we have hundreds of AOP wines. We have, different hams, different cheeses, different things from each region. And I kind of intuited as a young person when I moved to France that my best inroad into understanding French culture was going to be to understand. At first, I thought it's wine. And I found at the time the wine world to be a little bit gatekeepy.
Yes.
And I found that at 19, knowing nothing about wine, I think the only experience I had buying wine at the time was looking at the back of the bottle and seeing which one had the most alcohol in it.
Great.
I found food to be a much easier inroad. Now I've sort of spread my understanding and my likes a little bit further, but I do still feel like food is where my expertise lies.
Well, you have made it your business. You've
Well, yeah.
traveled all over the country.
I
You've
have.
interviewed producers. You have unearthed a lot of really crazy stories that I am now mining you for. So thank you.
I mean, anytime. I read a lot of great history books, and we'll definitely be giving credit where credit is due when some of these stories have been unearthed by other people. But I spend most of my time as a culinary journalist traveling all over France, meeting producers of products that are mostly cheese, but also all sorts of other things, and trying to figure out what makes them special, where they come from, how long they've been made, and also what sort of are the current problems and issues that might mean that some of these foods and drinks could no longer exist.
I am a wine expert. I've been in the wine industry for 20 years. You know that. And I went to culinary school and I'm a competent cook.
An excellent chef.
I don't call myself a chef because I don't work in restaurants, but I'm a good cook.
That's fair. An excellent cook.
I'm an excellent cook. I have good stuff to work with too. And so together we basically are able to really unearth these stories and dig through them, and we're having a great time. This is definitely a feminist project too, and an inclusive one, we hope.
Absolutely. And I think another really important thing to remember is that we are not flying over France. We've both been here for a really long time.
Yeah.
We're both very integrated into the culture, and we are going to get a little salty and we are going to make fun, but that's part of French culture too. The French love being made fun of and making fun of each other.
They do.
And I think that where we are going to get salty, it really does come from a place of great love and respect.
Yeah, so we are the real Fishwives of Paris. Everyone that wants to be a fishwife gets to be a fishwife. You're a fishwife too. If you love this, if you like authenticity and you're a little bit salty, then you're a fishwife.
Mm-hmm.
The real Fishwives of Paris is launching on September 16th. We will be publishing on all platforms from YouTube to Apple Podcast to Spotify. We will be everywhere. Also on Instagram and TikTok. We will have a Facebook group. We will have a Reddit community. We are everywhere. So join us everywhere. We also have the Real Fishwives Guide to Paris, which we are launching in summer of 2025, because you guys, this is not cheap. Please give us some money to support the show and get an amazing guide to Paris written by Emily, who you've lived in Paris for 18 years now.
But it'll be 19 years by the time you are buying your Paris guide. So reap the benefits of almost 20 years of eating and finding the best places.
And you write restaurant reviews for a living, too.
I do. So when I'm not out in the mountains meeting cheese folk, I'm on the ground in Paris, eating my way through Paris so you don't have to. No, eating all the bad food so you don't have to.
We don't put that in the guide.
So you will find all my insiders tips, great places to go, whether you're traveling alone or with a family, if you're traveling with vegetarians, if you want to eat with a view and have food that doesn't suck. All of that and more awaits you in the Fishwives Guide to Paris. And we'll be regularly updating it so you won't have any outdated information. It's all just going to be hits on hits on hits.
Amazing stuff. So that is how you can support this project in its infancy. Get the Real Fishwives Guide to Paris and join us in September. Follow our account and watch this space. It's going to be really, really good. Merci, Emily.
Merci, Caroline.
À toutes!
À bientôt!